On in the room. Come on in the room, guys. Pop on. Everybody pop in the room. I ain't been on a Twitter space in a minute. Everybody hop on in here. Let's chop it up. How's everybody doing, man? It's been a minute since I've been on, but I'm here. What's going on with the family? Man, I have not done a Twitter space in I don't know how long. I've been so busy. We've been getting stuff ready for the museum. I've been missing in action for a little bit because we just getting everything ready for the grand opening that we're doing this weekend. But I'm here. I'm here, guys. Haven't been on the Twitter space like I wanted to be on, but sometimes you got to get in the lab. What's up, D. Chapman? Shout out to everybody in the room, Sir Major. What's up, Nikki? I see you in here. NYCT, I see you. All the pretty ladies, I see y'all. It's raining, so y'all can't get your hair wet, so y'all in the house. I see y'all lovely looking ladies in here. A few things we got to touch on. Then I'm going to open up the phone lines and let folks call in and say what's on their spirit because I haven't talked to you in a minute. And by the way, the new movie, American Maroon, it's going to be available Monday. You guys will be able to stream that this coming Monday on FBAstream.com. We got our own streaming app. You can watch it. You can get FBA Stream on Google. You can get FBA Stream on iTunes. Um, if you got a smart TV, you can download the app. Real clean app, real precise. You download that FBA Stream and you can see all the movies. You can see Hidden Colors 1 through 5. You can see Buck Breaking, 1804. The Crispy episodes, all the Crispy Show episodes. Some of y'all are not hip to Crispy. Very funny puppet show. The Bucci Bear episodes. You can see all of those on FBA Stream. By the way, on the Bucci Bear, people love the last episode. Do y'all know I do all the male voices on Bucci Bear? All the male voices on the Bucci Bear cartoon. I do all the male voices. If you look at the Bucci Bear cartoons, all the male voices, that is me doing the male voices. I'm very multi-talented. Yes, I am. I do Percy Earl, I do Charlie Ray, I do Bucci, I do the FBI agents, I do the psychiatrist, I do all the male voices on there. So very, very funny stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to chop up game about something. Have y'all noticed something about these performances that we've been seeing, Super Bowl award shows, halftime shows? Family, have y'all noticed something? If you notice, a lot of these performances that we see with quote unquote black people, not FBAs. They're deliberately not using FBAs in these performances. When we look at the Super Bowl, let's go there for a second. The Super Bowl, they had Rihanna, who's not FBA, and to sing the national anthem, which was very interesting, they had Cheryl Lee Ralph. And they're promoting her Jamaican ancestry. They're going out of their way to promote how Jamaican she is. And she sung the Black American national anthem. So they got a person who they're going out of their way to talk about their Jamaican ancestry, singing a foundational Black American national anthem. The fact that they got her, and I like Cheryl Lee Ralph. I don't have a problem with Cheryl Lee Ralph. I really don't. But why her? There's a gazillion other foundational Black American singers, full foundational Black American singers who could have sung that song. Why are they going out of their way to get these non-FBA people at the All-Star games, the performances? It was Tether palooza, right? I didn't even bother watching all of it. They had all of these non-FBA acts doing all that Afro beat stuff, and I'm not knocking your Afro beats, but we're seeing a pattern here. We're seeing a real distinct pattern where people are representing our culture, but it's not us. They got these non-FBA people, and they're making sure to elevate them to represent our culture or to misrepresent our culture. And it's a very interesting dynamic. Did y'all see that one chick um, at the? It was some kind of award show. It was a lot of white actors in there, and they clowned this chick real bad. What is her name? She's a stage actress, I think, and she did a performance that was real corny. She did that whole thing. Angela Bassett did the thing. Ariana DeBose, that's her name. Ariana DeBose. Now, have you ever heard of this chick? I've never heard of her, but she was on this award show rapping, and it was real corny, and it was so bad that people clowned this girl so bad. And she's like Puerto Rican and something. She's not FBA. She claims a whole bunch of stuff. So she's up here doing her fake sister girl rendition, trying to be sassy, and it turned out to be real corny and cringy. And people got on her so bad, she deleted her damn Twitter. She says she took her Twitter down. Who are these people? What's going on? Why it's becoming Tether palooza out here. They're deliberately getting these people who are very lackluster. If we're gonna keep it a buck, a lot of these people are just very lackluster. I'm not even hating, man, but keep it a buck. All these people cosplaying as FBA, are any of them good? That's a real question. Are any of them really good? And the answer is no. They're just not that good. And they come off corny. If you got some talent, I'll pop my collar to you. If you do something fly, I can pop my collar to you. But the fact that they're negating all of these talented foundational Black American artists out here and getting these lackluster ass people to cosplay as us, there's an agenda, man. There is an agenda. I can see if these people were thorough, they're not thorough. And they're corny and cringy. And they don't represent our culture that well. Now, if that Ariana DeBose chick wanted to go out there and sing some fucking Afro beats, I'm all for you. Or you sing some salsa, whatever you want to sing, but don't go out here making a buffoon of yourself and then that falls on us. There's a reason why we call out a lot of goofy stuff that comes from Tethers, like the big buff dancing buffoon. Whenever we call that dude out, people hop in the comment sections. Oh, people can have fun. What's wrong with people having fun? No, you're not going to have fun acting like a goddamn buffoon and a damn stereotype around white people, and you go out of your way to do it around white people. Him and the dude who's eating chicken. Yeah, these dudes coming over here, non FBA, engaging in stereotypes created to demonize foundational Black Americans. That shit ain't cool, and we're going to call it out. That's what it is. That's the new norm. We're not cool with that. Yeah, every one of you who have a problem with that big dancing buffoon, you are absolutely in your right to have an issue with that, because we can't go over there to their homelands engaging in negative stereotypes about them. That's not even in our spirit to do so. We wouldn't even want to do no goofy shit like that. That's not what we do, and we don't want to do that. And we don't want to accept these dudes coming over here buffooning it up. And there's nothing wrong with us saying, hey, man, these performances from these people, man, this ain't it. These people cosplaying our culture is just not it. It's corny, to keep it a buck. Let me get the phone lines going here because we got a lot of folks in the room. What's up, Afro Elite? I see the family in here. Y'all, let's get up in here. Let's chop up some game. Brother Marcel, I see you in here. And by the way, guys, the Foundational Black American Expo happening in Dallas in May. Y'all need to get your tickets. FBAexpo.com. FBAexpo.com, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a phenomenal event out there in Dallas. You're not going to want to miss that. Let me get y'all throw some hands up. Let me see who wants to chop it up tonight. Let me see some hands. Throw some hands in the air. Let me chop it up with you. Let's get MF Kush. MF Kush in here.
Hi, Tariq.
Hey, what's going on with you? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
I do just want to say this. So with the Rihanna performance, right? As a wife and a mother, I do take issue with it because you're a woman and you're not married and you have two babies by a dude. You are essentially giving out masculine energy, and you have this man in the background looking like a straight biatch, uh, with braids that don't even touch the bottom of his neck. That's the issue. He legit looks like the nurturer in the relationship, and if that's the kind of behavior or the dynamic of their relationship, that's fine. But just in our for our future generations, that is not the message that we want to send if we're talking about traditional nuclear black families. It gives me
Right.
feminist vibes that I don't like. It gives me well, hey, well, we get that she's not part of the lineage, so it's gonna be okay, and that shit is not okay. um and also to the dancing dude with the really short shorts, we already knew he wasn't FBA, because no heterosexual black American man is ever going to wear shorts that short and dance for food. It's not that fucking serious.
Real shit. But thank you so much. Yeah, we knew that dude wasn't FBA. We knew, even if he was a queen, at least foundational Black American queens, them niggas know how to dress. I give them that. An FBA queen, them niggas know how to dress. That's why they hire them dudes as stylists all the time. So an FBA dude, even if he's a queen, and we ain't knocking that nigga gonna know how to dress. He ain't gonna be out there in no damn booty shorts and a fanny pack and all that goofy shit that big swole nigga be wearing. So we already knew. We already knew. Even our queens over here were like, "Hey, he need to sit his big ass down somewhere." The queens over here don't even like that shit. They're like, "That nigga look musty. He need to sit the fuck down somewhere." Yeah. And speaking of nuclear family, look, you know what, they promote certain things among us. Family, your girl Brat, the Brat is pregnant. I love the Brat. Y'all, if y'all listen to my show, the Brat is one of my favorite female rappers. You know, I love the Brat. But a pregnant Brat, I'm confused, guys. Please make it make sense to me. I'm so confused right now. I just woke up and the fucking Brat was pregnant. I don't know what happened. I said, "Well, I've been off the internet for a long time. If you're off for like a week, just all types of shit happen." Lord, the Brat is pregnant. Lord, guys, what happened? Explain the shit to me. What did I miss? What did I miss? Good Lord. I thought that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I thought the other chick was the femme. What's going on? They got pregnant studs running around in World War III, balloons in the fucking air, aliens. I don't know what's going on, man. Shit. Did I just get into a whirlwind and end up in the land of fucking Oz? I don't know what's going on. You leave the internet for a few days and it's just complete havoc. There's Chinese spies and pregnant studs and moist, big, musty, moist niggas dancing. I don't know what the hell is going on. We in the last days, man. Send me to another planet. Shit. Oh God. Let me get some more people on here, man. But shout out to the Brat. I like the Brat. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on, man. Lord. It's gonna be all right. Whatever it is, it's gonna be all right. I don't know what to bring to the baby shower. I don't know. I'm confused. Lord. Oh goodness. Let's get some more people in here. What's up, brother Ra? I see you, brother Raheem. I see you, brother Ra. Y'all throw them hands up. Let's get some folks in here. Why y'all cute ladies in here? All these cute women down here on the bottom. What y'all doing, ladies? I see y'all. I'm gonna start getting some of y'all up in here. What's up, War Talk? I see you, player. Oh yeah, you know what? By the way, guys, they're getting suggestions for delineation names for us. The government now, they're where's the link? My sister Jade sent me a link where they are accepting recommendations from the public on what our designation should be. And we should be foundational Black Americans. We got to make that shit official. because I think on the next census we're differentiating ourselves as a distinct lineage from all of these other groups, as we should, as we should. They the most recent change they did was in '97 when they um, added black immigrant. I forgot how they got it, but the most recent census form that we use now, it was revived in '97. So they're going to revive it again, revise it again. So we need to, just let them know, hey, we'll officially designate us as foundational Black Americans. And that term works because it can't be remixed. That's why the term works. A lot of these other terms, they can be remixed and they can be finessed. They can finesse these other terms. Um, Foundational Black American, that's really the only term as far as our lineage that can't be remixed. Somebody sent me a thing earlier. They were like, well, a Central American can call themselves a foundational Black American because they're part of America. No, because a Central American, they go out of their way to deny that they're Black. So, no, a Central American, no matter how dark they are, they don't designate themselves Black now. It has to be, see, the term foundational Black American, it takes care of past, lineage, and present tense. You see, it takes care of all of that. It stops the Rachel Dolezalisms and all of that stuff. It takes care of that. So, like, if somebody wants to classify themselves as Black now, are you a foundational Black? Where does your lineage go? Your lineage doesn't go back to the founding of this country. So you can't Rachel Dolezal yourself into it. Also, you can't do this thing where there's this woman. She's in Virginia, and she could pass for white, but she's going around saying that she's the first African American mayor. What's that woman's name? She's out there in Virginia, and this woman looks like a damn Karen, but they're promoting her as the first African American mayor or somebody elected out there in Virginia because her great 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 grandfather was Black. You know, but a lot of these people, for a long time, they pass as white, and then at the last minute, if there's a grant or some kind of minority fund that they want to get, they'll immediately switch over to Black. That won't work. No, no, no. We won't play that game because you have to have categorized and classified yourself as Black for a while. You see, so that's why we use the term foundational Black American. That just kind of um, alleviates a lot of the BS. Now, let's get some more people in here. We got a lot of folks in here. Let's see. Raise your hand, guys. Raise your hand. Let's get some folks in here. What's up, Aki? I see you in there, Aki. Aki, you about to get flued out, Aki. Aki was talking about she's about to get flued out. Uh, hold on. Aki, tell us about your flued out adventure. Hold on. Let me talk to Aki. Uh, Aki's about to get flued out. Aki, hop on. Who you about to get flued out by, Aki? And make sure they don't get you flued out on Spirit.
I
What's up,
hey,
dear?
I am not talking about it
Oh,
because I'm keeping this close to the chest. He
okay.
has potential, but I've learned my lesson about talking about potential. I'm not doing that.
Right. Now, are you guys in the same city? Did he different cities or what?
We're in the same city now. When we first started talking, he was still in Washington State and finally got
Okay.
relocated here to Texas about a month or so ago.
Oh, oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Okay, good. At least you guys are in the same spot, so that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long y'all been kind of associating? We won't say dating. We'll
Not
just be
that
very vague.
long, actually. Like around the holidays is when we first connected. Like this is just moving kind of
Okay.
fast. Like we just
Yep.
want to travel, and
Okay.
before both of us are pulled from telework, we said we're gonna try and just hit as many spots as we can before that happens.
Now, where's your first spot y'all gonna travel to?
We just booked for Lima, Peru, so we're gonna go there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, damn. Is this y'all first out of the country joint, right?
This is our first out of the
Okay.
anywhere. Like we
Oh,
ain't even
damn.
did a road
Okay.
trip yet, so listen, if we
Oh,
survive this, then that's good.
okay. Cool. Man, I hope that now this is a brother, right?
I'm not going down that road either.
Oh, oh, shit.
Mm-mm. I'm not going
Oh.
down that road.
And you're going to Peru. Is Aki dating a Mexican? Oh,
No, he's
shit.
not
Okay.
Mexican.
Okay. Aki, goddamn. Well, this shit. See, ask him the price of a brick down there. See if he got a connection. And I'm going to holler at Freeway Rick and we can cut it.
No,
Anyway.
no, he's not Mexican. But I've kind of hit this spot where I'm about to be big 4-0 next month.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn. Really?
yeah, next month.
How?
So we're trying
How? I didn't know
to.
that. I did
Yeah,
not know
I'm
that.
getting up
That-
there. And now that I've finally gotten some of my health challenges behind me and both of my parents are
Yeah.
stable, I said I am out here this year. And I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to have a ring on my finger by the end of this year. I can feel that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, indeed. Yes,
And
indeed.
so,
Yes, indeed. And I'm going to come to the
all
wedding.
right.
I absolutely want to come. And I'm going to bring some tacos and
Uh
some
oh.
enchiladas because I'm pretty sure that's a Hispanic you need.
It is
But
not.
anyway,
It is
uh,
not. But you and I
okay,
can talk about
okay.
that privately. But
I
because I
know.
still got some
Okay, I
people
know.
mad at me from a couple years ago when I
Oh,
shared about that story when I'd gone out with the what was he? He was French by nationality, but he was Algerian by like lineage, so a North African.
okay.
Man, them folks been on
Okay.
my head since then. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not telling you hoes no more of my business. Just know that ideally, I want to be with a black man. Ideally.
Yes,
I
indeed.
should read you a text message I got from the black guy I'm talking to. That was a hot mess. But yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway,
Oh,
but we're working on it. We're working on it. But my issue that I'm running into now is that most people in my age bracket have already been there and done that. They've already had kids and don't want other ones. They're being super honest about that, or they're coming out of a
yeah.
marriage and they're wanting to just have fun. And I'm late to the party. I'm like, no, I need to do all that stuff. So that's the main deciding factor. So yeah,
Okay. Cool. We'll talk. We'll
we'll
talk,
talk. I
dear.
need your advice on some things.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. All right. Thank you so much, dear. That's Miss Aki. Now, who is this? Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Y'all know who this is. Should I do it? Yeah, might as well. Might as well see what's going on in the the community. What's up, T.S. Giselle?
Um, Good evening, Tariq. Um,
For
Tariq, I don't know if my invitation has been lost in the mail,
what?
but I'm still waiting on my VIP tickets
For what?
for the grand opening of the Hidden History Museum. Um, I've
Well,
already
well
ordered
okay.
my evening gown. I'm just waiting for your team to get
Oh,
my
no,
team my
I
ticket.
sent you an invitation. I sent you an invitation to the La Brea Tar Pits for the Dinosaur Museum that's down the street. That's more up your alley for Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's what.
Let's not, because there is no Hidden History Museum without the influence of T.S. Giselle. Now, I will have to show up with my own security personnel. You know, I don't know how some of your supporters feel about me, but the evening gown has been ordered. It's, being constructed. I just need your team to get my
Yes.
ticket. Okay?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, constructed is the main word because it has to fit across that back. So it's going to take a 10-man team to sew that motherfucker. But anyway,
It
how have you
doesn't.
been? How have you?
We know that
How have you? How have you been?
this body gives legs, hips, and thighs. Okay.
Yes, and so does Popeye's chicken. But anyway, how have you been? Are you all
I'm
right
more
over
like a Bojangles girl. After all, I am a
there?
Carolina girl.
Okay, all right, all right.
I've been great,
Anyway, so
Tariq. How have you been?
I've been
I
good.
mean,
I've been good. Have you been keeping out of trouble, T.S.
I
Giselle?
have. You know what? I've actually taken a step back from spaces for my mental health.
Hmm.
And just, focusing on myself. Getting refocused back on work spaces was a bit of a distraction for me. But,
Yeah,
they tell me in the streets that people getting slapped out in the streets, and I'm like,
I
oh,
heard. Yeah, I heard. I heard like turtles are just getting smacked up, and it's crazy out here. Wild turtles running the streets, and people got to smack them up for self defense. But it is what it is. But thank you so much. Oh goodness. All right, let's see. Who else we got in here? We got a lot of folks in the building. What's up, Afro? Black Alpha Network. What's up, Black Alpha? What's going on, Black Alpha Network? I'm good, man. What's on your mind,
Oh
sir?
man, all right. To the topic right now about some of these Tether performances. I think, brother, that's one of the reasons why a lot of those ratings be in the trash. With like,
Yeah,
the All-Star Weekend, nobody was talking about any of those performances at the water cooler. A lot of people didn't even know who half these artists are. So I think that
real talk.
one of the brother, and that's one of the issues. And all right, to the OMB, brother, I hosted a space earlier with my brother Afro Elite and Beat Zilla, and we were talking about classifying and getting foundational Black Americans designated, and how there's a lot of pushback from some of these other groups that masquerade as lineages. But we were kind of talking about being in the back channels and kind of getting like an advocacy group or something to get us educated for a lot of the brothers and sisters who don't know how to actually vote and don't really know where to go. How do you feel about us kind of in the back channels getting together something to where we can educate folks on where to go to vote and how to designate foundational Black Americans, brother? That's all I want.
Great idea.
All right.
Great idea. That should be done. Absolutely. Real good idea. We need to be working on that. Absolutely. That's a phenomenal idea. Sir Major, hop on, Sir Major. We get Sir Major in the building. What's up, Sir Major? Where you at, sir? Oh, sir. Well, Sir Major, I don't know where Sir is. Try to get him on. All right, let's try. Let's try Joel. Let's get Joel in here. Joel. What's up, Joel? Let's see where you at. Where you at, Joel? Unmute your mic.
Peace, Tariq. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you,
I
sir?
can't complain. Long time listener. Real quick, I just got a quick question. I'll be done, man. With your FBA Stream app, do you plan to have some counteracting shows to counteract all this? I guess the demasculation that's going on with with us, man, and like some family programs and some like kid programs and stuff. On the FBA Stream. That's all I got.
Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of that stuff. I'm about to shoot another film, a more narrative film. We're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff on there, man. And again, the newest film we're gonna have is American Maroon, and that's next week in a couple of days. That's going to be on FBA Stream, man. It's a long movie, real good game in it. You want to talk about some masculine energy? That's some masculine energy showing how Black men really stood up for themselves in this country. We talk about that, so we're already on that. We're starting with that heavy. You know. Let me see. Let's get what's your brother? I don't know what your name is. With R roar, I don't know what your name is, brother. But turn the microphone on. ROR.
That's Rorisa. Tariq, how you doing, my brother? Uh,
What's going on with that accent, brother? Where are you from, man?
Calling from the other side of the planet.
Yeah, you on planet crack. You sound high and foreign, bro. What the hell you from, man? With that damn accent?
Calling for, we need some kind of alliance, looking for Marcus Garvey 2.0, calling from East Africa, man. We've been flooded by these Arab inbreds who took over the continent, and we need our brothers from the States to come and help us, man. We need to ship back these Arabs back to Asia.
Man, you calling from Iraq somewhere, dude. You somewhere in a hut eating some baklava. Nigga, where you from for real?
I'm not kidding.
I heard a camel fart in the back, man. Where you from, bro? Just stop playing, dude. Where you from?
I'm allergic to camel, bro. I'm allergic.
No, you're not, dude. I hear some pita bread frying in the back, nigga. Where you from, homie?
You take a guess. You take a guess. I'm from Ethiopia.
No, you're not
I'm
Ethiopia. I don't know. I don't hear any
no,
flies. Where you
I'm
from?
I'm a fo-
Where
no no
you
no. I'm a foundational Ethiopian, not those like
You're foundational Ethiopian.
yeah, not those like trolls that come here and harass our brothers.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right. Then there you. All
but
right. Get your ass out of here. Calling from goddamn Afghanistan somewhere, dude. Stop it. All right. Let me get a couple of more folks in here. Couple of more folks. And by the way, everybody, y'all need to be signing up to fbastream.com. And shout out to everybody who was donating to the museum. Again, people are doing monthly donations, automatic donations to the museum, and that's lovely. That's greatly appreciated. You can go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com to do the monthly donations because we're being attacked by ops. As long as we're going to be attacked by ops, we're going to need all the support we need. You know, it's hard enough building something, and it's hard enough getting everything straight, and it's hard enough promoting and just getting all that, and then to be attacked by ops, the FBI, and they send all of their ops to try to undermine. So all assistance is greatly appreciated. I appreciate the family assisting and helping out. Did y'all? My man Dwan B posted something. They were at the comedy club, I think last night, and they said Hannibal Buress got up there and bombed. They said Hannibal Buress got on stage and just completely bombed. I'm talking about bombed to the point where people were walking out of that nigga's performance. They said that nigga did horrible. You know, that's the dude who the white supremacists use to help demonize Bill Cosby. They tried to hide behind Hannibal. You dig? And people never forgot that. Ain't nobody. You ain't never forgetting that. That nigga was a tool of the white supremacists against Mr. Cosby. That wasn't cool, and people just didn't forget. And that dude went on stage. And truth be told, was Hannibal ever funny? That dude has never been funny to me. Hannibal, I've not heard one funny joke from that dude. He's never been funny to me. But they said he really, really bombed on stage out here at the comedy club in L.A. I think last night or the night before. Let's get A Jefferson in here. What's up, A Jefferson? And we're in here heavy. We got damn near almost 500 people in here right now. What's up, A Jefferson? Hop on. Oh, then we got Dwan B right here. Let me get Dwan B in here. Hold on. Let's get Dwan B in before I get A Jefferson in. What's up, brother Dwan?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, it was bad last night, bruh.
Was it at the Comedy Store, the Laugh
It was at the
Factory?
Improv.
Where was it? The
You
Improv.
know,
Okay.
Improv's where me, Corey Holcomb, we be having our joke circle. We be out there at 1, 2 in the morning, sometimes just clowning. So
Oh yeah, they still got that popping on
yeah,
Monday,
every
huh?
Monday night. Yeah.
Who's the promoter? It used to be Spike. Who's the promoter up
It's
there now?
now straight through the club, and it's D Ray and my man Lewis Bell. It's those two, but I don't know. It's just straight through the club. They basically the club found a way to kind of circumvent and kind of push back out the door and keep the night going on. You know how that go.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So what happened, man?
Man, we was outside, kind of like we usually do, and then people just started flooding out. We thought the comedy club was closed, and then somebody came. One of the security guards came out. That was me recording one of the people that was there interviewing him. He came running out like, man, Hannibal Buress on stage eating a bag of dicks right now. We all fell out
The
laughing. And and then so we just was like sort of clowning. And then as people started flooding out, we thinking the comedy club is closed. So we just kind of had like an impromptu interview session because cats, you know what I mean? Even though black folks don't run around carrying Bill Cosby's badge every day, we never appreciated what that dude did to him. And so it
right.
was a whole undertone of like, because comedy's bomb all the time. We ain't gonna do all that extra stuff. But you the dude that took out Cosby. So if you gonna take out Cosby, bruh, you better bring it. And it was just like Cass was like, even Corey's out there like, where like has he even come up in black rooms? Like black comics don't really know. Like he's always going up in their rooms and their environments. The Improv of Monday is Black Night. And if you ain't
Yeah.
funny, they gonna let you know. They're not gonna boo you, but you ain't gonna get no laughs. And yeah, it was bad.
Wow. Man, and you know, people really, we've never really rocked with that dude, and he's never really been funny. I've always wanted to know who his core audience
It's
was.
crackers. Like I mean, there was
Yeah,
a night at the Hollywood Bowl, I mean the Rose Bowl, back when the coronavirus hit, and it was Thundercat, the bass player, and him, and everyone was coming to see Thundercat, and they had Thundercat open up for him, and they were like, next up, Hannibal Buress. It was a mass exodus outside that Rose Bowl parking lot. Even white folks were leaving.
damn, damn,
Yeah, no one
damn.
really rocks with him.
Wow, wow, my man. All right, I appreciate you, Dwan. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, okay. Yeah, kind of just is Hannibal Buress and Connie Collins just asked me this. Is that nigga FBA? Take a good look at Hannibal. Does Hannibal look FBA to you? I kind of wondered that before. This, yeah. Does Hannibal? Where is he from? Who raised this dude? You understand that he doesn't look FBA, to be honest. Take a good look at Hannibal. Take a good look at him, and just check out his vibe. Where's that dude from? Where's his family from? Yeah, certain folks you got to ask questions about. Certain folks got a certain energy where you got somebody out here who they keep trying to put on. They've been trying to make this dude a thing for a long time, and we ain't really rocking with him like that. So where did he come from? You understand? Where did he come from? Where did this dude pop up from? Gotta ask these questions, man. Let's get FBA JoJo. Let's get JoJo in here. What's up, JoJo? FBA JoJo.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, sir. What's on your mind, bro?
Man, nothing much, man. I talked to Ozone 2 days ago, man. He wanted to just tell you thank you so much, bro, for actually standing
Oh,
there with him, bro.
absolutely, man. How's that brother holding
Man,
up?
he doing, man. He sound real good on the phone, man. You know, the other week he
Good.
wasn't sounding too good, but this week he's been really high in spirits and he's hopeful. He's really hopeful. Afro Elite was able to go on to Jason's Black channel and kind of, you know what I'm saying, highlight the situation and bring awareness to the people as well.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
for
Shout out to
sure. For sure. I
All right.
just want to ask you one thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, okay, so because we've been going back and forth about this OMB thing, man, and it's real important that people do get involved. And I don't think people understand how important it is to rock with foundational Black America and not add on other terms, because people have been trying to add on other terms like foundational Black American freedmen and stuff like that. Can you highlight why it's important not to attach terms to foundational Black American? I'll land my plane.
Yeah, man. Just we got to just keep it simple, man. Just using the term foundational Black American, man. It's an impactful term, and it rattles certain people because you can't remix it. See, the name of the game is to find a way to get non-FBA people to latch on to us somehow. So even with the term African American, that was a term that was thrown on us in 1988 for real on a massive level by Jesse Jackson and the Boule. On a massive level, they threw that term on it. The term was used sporadically throughout the years, but we never used that term in mass until 1988. And did y'all see a recent interview? Well, it wasn't recent. It's a clip that's been circulating recently, but it's actually about 4 or 5 years old, of Condoleezza Rice. It's a clip of Condoleezza Rice, and Condoleezza spitting some damn facts. Condoleezza was like, I never really liked the term African American. We're foundational. She's using kind of our language here. She was like, using the term African American, that kind of puts us in line with immigrants, and we're not immigrants. This is Condoleezza Rice talking, and she was 100% correct. Using the term African American, the reason why they did that, they wanted to make us comparable to immigrants. like Italian American, Mexican American, Chinese American, African American. No, no, no. We're not. No, 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 no. So that was a trick bag within itself. And this whole narrative they tried to push on us, well, we want to use African Americans so that we can have a culture and a heritage. And we already got a culture and a heritage. We already got it. For years, we sat up here and let people tell us that we are some lost tribe somewhere with no culture. Man, and we had to wake each other up and say, hey, man, we are the culture here. Let's really look around and take a tally on who created what culture is who, and what culture is what. And when you start looking around and we start reminding each other, hey, man, all of this shit is ours. Foundational Black Americans are the culture. And we designated ourselves. We said to the world, this is who we are, and this is who our culture is, and this is what our culture is. And nobody can remix that. That can't be remixed. So it's very important that we continue to designate ourselves officially as foundational Black Americans, because that sends a powerful statement. That sends a very powerful statement that nobody can remix. You can't remix it at all, and no other group can glom onto it and then leech off of it. Because even the term African American, man, that's a trick bag term. So anybody can. You got a lot of non-FBA people who can say that they're African American, and then they'll flip and say, "Well, hell, I'm more African than you. I'm from Africa, so I'm more of an African American than you. So I need to get some reparations too." And then you can have white people who say, "I'm African American. I was born in South Africa. I was an Afrikaner, and I'm in America, so I'm African American." And technically, they are correct. It is. But they can't do that with foundational Black American. You cannot remix that. That's a rock solid designation. It's very important that we utilize our own designations like that and make it simple. Foundational Black American is real simple, real plain. It gets right to the point. It's not a bunch of plebiscite babble. You dig? That's another thing. We get a lot of dudes. Well, we got to get our nationality, and we got to be. First of all, we got to put affairs on, and then we got to call ourselves citizens of Marrakesh. And stop. No plebiscite babble. None of that stuff. That's why so many people have a problem with us designating ourselves, because now we're drying up a lot of these little scams that folks had going on. A lot of folks have these old scammy ass vibes popping off, and we done dried that up. Let me get my good brother Marcel in here. What's up, brother
Hey,
Marcel?
Tariq, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, sir. What's on your
I'm
mind?
doing well. I just want to be quick. So there's a lot going on in South Carolina as usual, but one thing's going on, and I'm not so mad at this group. There's a group called Moms of Liberty. It's almost like, I don't want to say this because really I don't know the group, so I shouldn't say this, but the way people describe them, they almost sound like the Daughters of Confederate. Like they
Yeah,
are kind of taking over school boards. I don't want to say taking over. If that's why I always encourage our people to run for office. If we don't run for office, I always say we either run for office or they run us over, and that's what's happening. But long story short, in Berkeley County, which is by Charleston County, they fired the black superintendent and they fired the district attorney who's a black woman. And now it seems like they're trying to do it to a black woman superintendent who has received excellent reviews from the state, the South Carolina Department of Education, on her evaluation. They thought they were going to do it tonight. So I went to the school board meeting, and school board meetings usually don't have anyone in attendance. I can tell you that after being a teacher for almost 20 years, but this one was crowded. They had 9 officers out there because they thought it would get rowdy. But anyway, I spoke and everyone received well. It was long, but the thing I want to mention is one of the reporters there, he was like, "Hey, Marcel." And usually people who know me around my hometown call me by my first name, Greg, and not Marcel. So when he said that, I said, "Okay, he knows me from politics, and he knew me from you." And so I want to say that that's today. And yesterday, this guy, he had reached out to me some weeks ago, and I've been on his show before. It's a show called FBA Tube. So obviously he's influenced by you. He's a young college kid, and they're doing a documentary on Tether. So I don't want to say your influence. And then, Clyburn's doctor, you remember Clyburn's doctor had endorsed me, and the daughter got mad. Well, she could stay mad. And how they found out about me, they have three daughters, and their daughters followed you. So I don't know what or any other place, but I know your influence in South Carolina is big. Everywhere I go, people recognize me because they've heard about me from you. And those are just three examples that I can mention right now. So I just wanted to say that. You take care.
Much respect, man. Much respect. Love that. That's all love right there. That is all love right there. What we got? Who we got? We got a lot of folks in here. A lot of folks in here. How many people got here? Okay, yeah, we got over 500 people in here on this lovely late night. And by the way, the new movie, for those who are just coming in, the new movie American Maroon, coming in a few days on FBAstream.com. Y'all go to FBAstream.com and sign up. Boy, I'm looking at all these lovely women's all up and down the thing. I'm scrolling down. Shout out to the lovely women's in here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the brothers too. But I gotta give a shout out to the ladies. You know, let's get Lee in here. Let's get brother Lee. Let's get Lee in. What's going on, Lee? Brother Lee. Where you at, Lee?
Hello.
What's up,
Hey, what's
Lee?
going on, brother? I like what you're doing and stuff. I had a quick question. Did you
Go ahead, sir.
did you check out the movie You People, and what do you think about it? I land my plane now.
You people. What was you people? You people. What was that one
With Eddie
about?
Murphy.
Oh yeah. I did see that. Actually, I thought it was funny. Some people kind of had a problem with
Yeah,
it,
it was.
but I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. It was funny. It was a cool movie. I thought it was funny. What's interesting about that movie, um, Lauren London, they had to CGI her kissing dude, because I know that Lauren, when her and Nipsey came to the office, Lauren was like, hey, she was putting Purell in everybody's hand. Like, Lauren hates germs. Lauren hates fucking germs. Lauren London is a big germaphobe. She does not like germs. So when I'm looking at the movie and she's kissing him, I'm like, really? I'm like, how did they do that? And then I saw later that they CGI'd her kissing dude. I said, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I'm like, Lauren ain't gonna kiss this fucking dude. So yeah, that was it. But the movie, I liked it. I like You People. I thought it was good. It was funny. Eddie was funny in it, you know. So I thought it was interesting. It was a good movie to me. Let me see who else we got in here. What other good stuff is on Netflix, by the way? Any other good shows on Netflix? What other good shows on Netflix? Because there's so many apps out right now, and a lot of these apps got real janky content. The only one with good content is ours, FBA Stream. We got consistently good content on it. And anybody who got the Zeus app, Lord, if you got the Zeus app, you're ratchet. What's up,
Hey,
Nikki?
Tariq, how are you? I just wanted
I'm
to
good,
say
dear.
hello to you, and I wanted to get your permission to put something in your jumbotron. Um,
What is,
you know, um, it's about the OMB proposal,
yeah.
and I was just wondering if I
Oh,
could put the link to it in your jumbotron.
yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
thank you. I'll
Absolutely.
put it in right now.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, look at that OMB proposal. Everybody, if you can, which you should be able to do, go to hit the link that our sister Nikki is about to put up. Hit that link and go there and request that we use the term foundational Black American to distinguish our lineage. We're going to start campaigning on that real heavy. We need to start campaigning on that real heavy. You dig? Um, let me see who we got in here. Let me see. That's a lot of folks in here. Let's get outlandish. Let's get outlandish in here. What's up, Outlandish? All right, Outlandish, where you at? You can speak, brother. Going once, Outlandish. Going once, going twice. All right, Outlandish, I gave you a shot. We got to get the next brother in. Let's get FBA Pizzazz in here. FBA Pizzazz. I'm good, sir. How are you?
Thank you, man, for everything you've been doing. And I was curious, man, with the FBA Stream app. I know everybody's been asking about the DVDs and everything. Like, I seen some of your platforms. Do you got like a yearly subscription, or is it just like a monthly thing? Or
You could do either or. Yeah, you can do by the month. I think it's cheaper if you get like a year subscription. But yeah, you could do either or. And also, we're going to have the Blu-rays coming out a few weeks after the stream because we've been getting a lot of requests for the DVDs and all that. So we're going to have the Blu-rays so that people can have a physical copy in a few
I'm
weeks.
not gonna lie, I'm spoiled, and so I was looking for the DVD. I'm like, come on, man! Like,
Yeah. That's gonna come. But a lot of folks, and the thing is, folks like we want to watch it right now. So
yeah,
you'll be able to just immediately watch it and stream it in high quality. Immediately. So but the DVDs will come with the Blu-ray because it's a long movie and it can only fit on a Blu-ray.
gotcha.
So, but thank you very much. The Blu-ray will be out. The Blu-ray will be. Okay, we got the Puerto Rican troll, Stepper. What's up, Stepper? Now, what you got to say, man? We got the Puerto Rican troll. What's up, Stepper? What's on your mind, man? Stepper, hop on, dude.
Yeah, I just had a question. My question was, what are you doing for the black community to get us some progress towards reparations?
Well, I'm not going to other people's country. Cosplaying is them. That's number one. Like you're a Puerto Rican who comes over here
You
cosplaying as a Black
you have any
American.
evidence to support that claim?
Yes, I do. I saw you buying some Goya powder at a bodega,
And
dude.
uh,
So
and
you
I
are
saw
you are a Puerto Rican fuck boy. Okay, you are not FBA,
you selling
and also
DVDs.
also, bitch nigga, them white Mary J. Blige boots you had on. Foundational Black Americans don't wear shit like that. Remember the picture of you in them damn
I saw
majorette
you
boots?
selling Watch Your Ass DVD.
No, bitch ass nigga. You had on some white ass boots looking like a Grambling University cheerleader, bitch ass nigga. So you are not foundational Black American. You are a Puerto Rican fuck boy.
Shut your
And you
bitch ass up,
cosplay.
nigga. You
Nigga, shut up. Nigga, you got asthma. You're not even a fake tough guy. You can't even fake being a tough guy. You little asthmatic chest. You little moist fuck nigga. Okay? And that's why your ass had a rally and 8 niggas showed up. And you've been mad ever since. Nigga, you cannot cosplay as a foundational Black American. Y'all had that failed rally and then got mad at us and as if we made your rally fail. No, nigga. Take your ass to the Puerto Rican Day Parade and enjoy yourself. Don't try to cosplay as us.
Are you gonna answer the
All right?
question?
Nigga, I don't answer the fuck niggas. Or are you going to go back and fix up your homeland and stop trying to cosplay as a foundational Black American? You goofy fuck boy. Are you going to do that?
Answer the question, sir.
I don't have to answer no Tether question. You sit here cosplaying as us and you have contempt for foundational Black Americans and you're a cornball. Now you answer to that. Let me get some more people on here. All right, let's get Peter in here. Right, let's get Peter in here. What's up, Peter?
Hey, Tariq, how you doing?
What's up, Peter? How are you, sir?
Good. Long time no talk.
Yes, indeed. What's on your mind, Mr. White Man?
No, wait, I'm not white. I spoke to you before. I'm Eritrean American.
Oh, okay. I kind of remember. But I think I could have swore you were a white guy pretending to be Ethiopian. There was
No,
something
no, no.
going on. But what's
Yeah, no, no, I'm not white. I'm Eritrean. So two things I wanted to say. About the recent performances. Didn't they recently remove Chris Brown from a performance where he was going to do a tribute to Michael Jackson? Oh,
yeah, yeah,
that's interesting. They cut that. And then the other thing
yeah.
I want to say. Oh, go ahead. Were you about to say something?
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to say was I was at the rally for reparations, and it was amazing. Just to be around like so many people who are just on code. It was really powerful. Something I've never experienced before. And one more thing, I was the one who actually took those photos of the snipers, but they weren't actually snipers. I was the one who took those photos.
Well, a couple of them had guns. Some of them, a couple of those guys up there on the roofs had
So the
guns.
one that I took, the building to the right that was closest to us, I'm almost certain he was not a sniper, or I don't think he had a gun. He looked like there was a worker from the building, and there was actually two different guys. There was that guy, and then another guy. It was a white guy wearing a full black suit, triple black suit. He was out there for a little bit, and then he went away. I took a picture of those, and then there was another picture that I took. It was like a clock tower. So I saw a figure there, but I just couldn't see who it was. So
Yeah,
um, yeah, I was there. I was looking. I was keeping a lookout for snipers because I was like, man, if something is to go down, it's gonna go down. You have Tariq,
yeah.
Royce, Riza, all these like, I'm like, if something's gonna go down, it would go down. So I kept my guard up, and definitely kept myself and everyone around me safe. And it's very very.
All right, thank you so much, brother. Land your plane, brother. Thank you so much. All right, let me get some more people on here. Thank you. Let's get Racer NYC. Racer NYC.
Yeah, yeah. Peace, brother Tariq. Good evening. How you doing? How's the family?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind,
Oh,
sir?
yes. I want to actually speak about real quick the Super Bowl performance as far as Rihanna's performance because she's the only performance I caught. It was
Yeah,
trash in my opinion. Me personally, if that was my woman or my wife, I wouldn't be having sitting out there performing in that state. Our whole concentration should have absolutely been on the coming of our child. That's just my opinion. um,
right.
and I also want to speak on what do you think about as far as a lot of they parading as far as the media and its propaganda, in my opinion, of black women parading these belly bumps outside of a nuclear family structural context. What do you think about that?
Yeah, good. Then that's a good question because um, now again they're showing pregnant studs running around here now. And I'm not knocking pregnant studs. I'm not knocking you. You know, everybody, if you want to have a baby, you can have a baby. But boy, when the dominant society and the media just kind of goes overboard with it, like, hey, this right here, this is it right here, this is it right here. They really blow that up. Like, nah, you got to look at that side eye. Why are y'all really, really, really trying to blow that part of the game up? Why are y'all really trying to promote that? They go out of their way to promote something outside of the nuclear black family. If it's something that has to do with us and it's outside the nuclear black family, if it's something just abnormal, when the dominant society starts promoting it real heavy, I side eye them. I side eye them because nuclear black families, when black men and black women get together and start building something, notice all the negative press that happens, all of the negative publicity that happens, all of the 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 ops that are sent at them, like our brother and sister out there in Colorado, black man, black woman, strong black family out there buying all of that those acreages of land. They got like 600 and some acres of land. Now all of a sudden they're being attacked by the whole goddamn town. These people are being attacked by all the white supremacists in town, including the police. They're arresting these brothers and sisters on bogus charges, poisoning their animals. You see, a black family that's being empowered, that's a threat, and they're always under attack. When we start building something constructively as a traditional black man and black woman, if you're a heterosexual man building something outside of the dominant society, you get attacked. The turkey leg hut, they have lawsuits thrown on them every other damn week. Black man and black woman doing good business. Family, when we got the museum, a heterosexual black man owning property in this part of town they're trying to gentrify it, and we got this high-end property that's everybody talking about in town. All of a sudden these ops start showing up, all of these suspected fed ops start showing up trying to undermine it and sabotage it. We have to expect that under the system of white supremacy that happens, and we have to understand what's being attacked and what's being promoted. Now, if you want to sit up here and promote two dudes getting pregnant, quote unquote, the pregnant daddy and all of that, they'll promote that all day. They act like that's the greatest thing since sliced bread. When they want to show pictures of Lil Nas X with a pregnant belly, remember when he did that stunt? Yeah, they'll promote that all day. You see, things outside of the normal nuclear family, that gets promoted majorly. Let me get some more people in here. Uh, let's get, we got a lot of folks in here. King LA. King LA, what's up, man?
Hey,
Hop
what's
on.
going on, Tariq? Can you hear me pretty good?
I can hear you, man.
Okay,
What's going on
just
with
one
you?
question for you. What are your thoughts on the stuff that's been going on as far as in like Ohio, these explosions? Stuff burning up and chemicals and that type of stuff. What's your thoughts on that?
It's interesting, man. There's a lot of these explosions at these plants. There's a lot of train derailments and stuff going on. So it's a very weird coincidence, and also a lot of these. Um, what is that, dear? What's that? Oh, a lot of these farms and things catch on fire. Um, Chicken farms catch on. Just all this real weird stuff, and all of a sudden, a farmer catch on fire, and then the price of eggs go up. A chemical plant catches on fire, and then watch, you'll see pretty soon the price of whatever product that's being manufactured in these plants, that's going to go up. There's going to be a high demand for certain products that's burning up in these places. So we got to really see what's going on, and we really got to investigate and see what's really, really behind this stuff. And we got to watch and see what these prices are going to start looking like. Find out what kind of chemicals are being served or are being created in these plants, and then watch the market afterwards. That's what you got to look at. It's a very interesting dynamic. But yeah, they've been doing stuff like that. Um, when they want to drive the price up on something, certain things can drive certain markets in real weird ways. That's why I remember when they got on Oprah's case, when Oprah did a show a long time ago talking about beef. And she was like, "Oh, I ain't never going to eat beef again." And then all of them white men um, ran down on Oprah's ass, and they drug Oprah down to Texas. All those white dudes who were selling beef and cattle and all that stuff, they brought Oprah. They took her ass, and Oprah had to take her show down to Texas because they were suing her. They were about to get Oprah, and Oprah had. That's how she got hooked up with Dr. Phil. Remember? That's how Oprah got clicked in with Dr. Phil. She needed one of them Texas good old boys on her side for the jury out there. You dig? That's how Dr. Phil got put on. He was like her sidekick, and he could speak that good old boy language out there. That's another thing. Y'all better understand game. When you get into situations and you're in a fish out of water type of situation, you better get you somebody from that pond who can kind of speak that language with you. That's why the whole check-in thing. Oprah had to check in basically with Dr. Phil. She had to check in. Yeah. She had to check in big time. What was this? So sometimes you got to get with folks from a part of the soil that you can kind of tap in with to give you the lay of the land, and who can kind of represent for you. But you got to do it with somebody who's for real, for real. Sometimes you get loudmouths on the internet who talk like they're from the soil, but they're really not. That's what a lot of people make that mistake of doing that. Sometimes certain internet guys, y'all listen to some of these dudes run their mouths as if they got some shit really popping on the streets, and these niggas are not connected at all, and that's a danger. You better watch that. make sure if you're going to listen to somebody from a certain part of the soil, make sure that they're certified. Just because a nigga's living out there, don't let a motherfucker sit up here and talk like they're about the business and nigga ain't really clicked in like that. I had a friend of mine years ago, they were doing a music video and they got clicked in with this one dude who was talking like he was like some big time street nigga. And I guess he talked them, he talked the video guys into kicking him down a couple of dollars. And the dude was like, yeah, 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 you come through me. Yeah, you can come over here, shoot in the neighborhood. Whoop de whoop. Yeah, yeah, you come through me. Just let them know you down with me. And yeah, you can come shoot here because I run these streets. And he was pumping himself up and talking all that bullshit. And then when they went down there to shoot the video, they were like, they got checked. I think they went to a blood neighborhood too. It was like a blood neighborhood. I want to say it's Nicholson Garden somewhere, I think. And the video dudes went down there to shoot a video. And one thing out here in LA, they don't really like people coming into certain neighborhoods with cameras. So that was kind of a big no-no. So they went down in that neighborhood and they dropped dude's name. They were like, well, yeah, yeah, we here. We know such and such. They were like, that nigga don't run shit around here. What the fuck you thought this was? Like him? No. This nigga don't run shit over here. So y'all pack up and get the hell out of here. Yeah. So that nigga was selling the gangster package, and he wasn't really a certified nigga like that. You better make sure somebody's really, really certified before you start getting advice from them, because a lot of times folks will get you hemmed up. And I tell you who ain't certified. Any nigga you see on the internet running their mouth about their certifications, they ain't certified. That's rule number one. If you got a nigga on the internet talking about his street certifications, he ain't certified. That's rule number one right there. A nigga ain't gonna be on the internet doing all that damn talking. Number one, about what his pedigree is at all. Let me get some more folks in here. Let me get Mr. Crockett. Uh, I think that's your name, E Crockett, something like that.
Hey, how's it going, Tariq?
What's going on, man? Where's that flag from, man? Where you from?
Cape Verdean.
Cape Verdean. There you go. Amber Rose. What's on your mind?
Come on, we better than that.
Ah,
No,
I
that's
feel
funny. You were just talking about somebody on the internet running their mouth. I was gonna ask you actually about Charleston White. I'm kind of a fan. If you get over the antics and some of the crazy stuff, I
yeah.
think he's got a good message and he genuinely wants to help. Just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, Charleston just kind of says a lot of stuff for shock value, and Charleston basically admits to being a snitch. He's like, hey, I work with the police, and then, I'm gonna talk shit, and then if you do anything, I'm gonna call the police. So he's basically admitting to being a snitch. So, can you really be mad at him when somebody tells you what they are? Can you be mad at him? Yeah. Yeah. Let me get some more people in here. But Charleston got to be careful though, because a lot of times, I just saw a video where somebody else ran up on Charleston White. Some people just kind of have a death wish to a certain degree. Sometimes people think I'm gonna just talk. See, here's the thing. A lot of people, it's almost like the court jester type of thing. A lot of these people think, well, I can get a pass because I'm the court gesture and I'm somewhat infirmed, meaning um, in the circus would hire people with defects. You understand? And in the circus, initially, the circus clowns could get away with more stuff because they had defects. You know what I'm saying? Get a person whose leg was too short. Usually, the circus would get small people who are midgets or dwarves. So, as a midget or a dwarf or somebody with a physical defect or somebody with a humpback or something like that, they could get away with saying more outrageous stuff because they had a defect. So people would kind of give them a pass. Okay, I can't get too mad at this guy. He's a little person. So the little person or the person with a defect could get away with doing more outlandish shit. And they know that you retaliating against them would make you look bad. And I think Charleston White understands that dynamic. Charleston White is a dude, he's very little, a very skinny dude. He has one eye, he has like a glass eye. So Charleston knows that if anybody really does something to him, nobody's going to really get no points for that. You know, he understands that. So now he can talk real reckless and outrageous. He's like, look at me. I'm just a little dude with one eye, which, yeah, I'm talking shit. I'm a little dude with one fucking eye. So if you snap down on me, I mean, how is that going to make you look? You dig? You don't really get no points doing that. So that kind of gives dudes like that a more leeway to talk trash. You get what I'm saying? It's the punch down factor. They're like, if you punch down at me, I mean, shit, what are you really gaining if you punch down at me? That type of thing. So a lot of these dudes, if you look at the internet, a lot of the major shit talkers, it's always some weird dudes with something weird going on about them. It's always some weird, awkward niggas. You dig? Some of the most whiniest shit talking dudes are some of the weirdest, most awkward dudes. It's an interesting dynamic. Let me get there's some more people in here. My wife was telling me to go in the other room. Why do you want me to go in the other room, dear? I know my wife want to watch Love After Lockup or Lockup or some shit. My wife be watching these crazy shows. Let's get I won't be on too long here. Deandra, hop on, Deandra. Deandra, where you at, Deandra? Well,
Hello.
we are holding strong. What's up, Deandra?
Oh, hi.
How are you, D? What's on your mind? What city you in, dear?
I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
There you go. So what's on your mind?
I just wanted to say that I'm 26 years old. I have a white mom, but I have a FBA American dad, and you make me proud to be FBA. And
Thank you. I appreciate
yeah, and you definitely get me on code, and I've been listening to you and your channel and your films for years.
it. Man, I love that. You got to see the new movie, American Maroon. We talk about your neck of the woods, North Carolina. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's good, man. We should have had a pride about our lineage a long time ago. And that's the good thing. I'm glad to see us really having pride in our lineage because we've been sitting up here giving our accomplishments away to every damn body because we've been on this kumbaya, we all in this together minority coalition, and we've given away our greatness. We just give it away, man, because we're so thorough. We're like, man, we can just create some new shit. You dig? We ain't got to hold on to some shit from 200 years ago. We can just create some new shit. We create new stuff all the time. So for us, it was nothing for us to just give credit for this, give credit for that. We'll share credit. But then it gets to the point where you got the Tether class who get stuff from us and then turn around and act like we have to thank them as if they brought the shit to us. That's why we're like, hey, reset. We're pushing a reset button. We're just not going for it no more. We're not going to sit up here and create certain things and create all of these different cultures. We've created several different cultures within our own subculture. Allow other groups to eat off of our culture and then have them turn around. People like Akon, who repeatedly goes out of his way to disrespect foundational Black Americans, talking about how we need to get over slavery and how African artists are so much better and they got so much stage presence, but they can never tell you who. Who? What artists? Name them. See, we never bothered to start asking people when y'all come around us talking about all this culture you got. Yeah, we got all this culture, and y'all foundational Black Americans ain't got no culture. T- What's your culture? What in the whole hell is your culture? We just, for some reason, didn't bother to ask these people what their culture was. And then when you start asking them, they start fumbling and hemming and hawing. and babbling and deflecting. We let too many people get away with too much BS for way too long. And now we're checking all of it, and it's getting checked hard. Yeah? And don't nobody should feel ashamed for checking these people for being disrespectful. You got a lot of these tethers running around screaming xenophobia. That's not going to work on us. The shaming tactics are not going to work. That's not going to work. They should be called out for their disrespectful mindset because a lot of these people are actually going out of their way to undermine us. And that's a problem. And we're just saying no more. And we're getting the culture thing all packed up and lined up because we're going to do a tally on who created what culture. We're going to start breaking it down, and that's what we've been doing. We've been talking about it. We're going to talk about culture and who has a culture and who doesn't have a culture. Let's get your pens and paper and let's start writing the list of cultural achievements. And when you start looking at the list, FBA's got a lot of notches on those lists, and some of these other lists from these other people is looking hella dry. That's the reality of it. Now you can say, "Oh, that's mean." Or, no, if y'all want to sit up here and talk about somebody's goddamn culture, let's get a pen and let's write down and jot down whose culture is what, and then you'll start seeing the truth. Foundational Black Americans are the culture. We created damn near everything, and these are facts. We've done things repeatedly that nobody's done. Those are facts. And us being under the system of white supremacy, that doesn't negate those facts because the world is under the system of white supremacy. So, this is why it's important for us to understand history. It's important for us to understand history. And the wave that we're on right now, this is a wave that's going to be here. It's not going nowhere. Understanding what our culture is and respecting our culture and respecting our lineage as foundational black Americans, that's not going nowhere. That's the new normal, which it should have been the new normal a long time ago. That's what it is. Let me get one more call in here because I've been on here long enough, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, where are my LA people? Who's coming to the opening of the museum this weekend? Raise your hand. Let me see some of your hands if you're coming to the opening of the museum this Saturday here in Los Angeles. If you are coming to the grand opening, it's going to be a phenomenal event. We're going to have a wonderful time this Saturday. It's going to be a screening of the new movie American Maroon. It's going to be popping, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get come on, let me see. Let me get one more good one in here. I'm trying to see who I'm looking in the room. Let's get a Hustle Gold. Hustle Gold in here. What's up, Hustle Gold? Hustle Gold.
On with you, Flex.
What's up, brother?
I'm
How are you,
doing good. I
sir?
just had a quick question for you. Now, people was getting on the brother for that. I think it was like the Ebony magazine or something like that. Then I started seeing
Yeah.
a lot of people like talking about like Prince and I guess the cats from the '70s and what they used to wear and like Jimi Hendrix and all that stuff like that. And I want to just get your thoughts on that. And then also, man, I thought you was lying, man. You said a brat was pregnant, man. I damn near fell out when you said that, man. On me.
Yeah. She is straight up pregnant. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, all right. But yeah, but I touched on that whole thing about the brother Jonathan Major. I think that's his name. Was posing on Ebony, and they kind of had him looking a little dainty. You did. And the difference between that and people trying to compare Prince, and I talked about that the other day, is different with Prince because Prince, number one, Prince wasn't controlled by the corporate structure. Prince, just like Michael, they used that daintiness in order to kind of pacify the public to a certain degree, to seem non-threatening to a certain degree, but behind closed doors. Well, Prince, Prince. Let's be clear. Prince was not no gay dude, and we knew Prince wasn't gay. Prince wasn't a gay dude in any sense of the word. He was dainty, and he did the whole dainty in the heels and all that. But Prince was bagging the baddies. And again, I talked about this on my broadcast the other day. Prince's thing, it was a marketing finesse, because what Prince was trying to do, Prince came up around the same time as Rick James. Rick James, people don't understand, Rick James was the damn dude. The late 70s, the very early 80s, Rick was the dude. Rick James was that guy. Um, and a lot of people tried to emulate Rick. Even Prince. Prince took a lot of things from Rick James. A lot of the stage presence, he got that from Rick. Rick, very much of an unsung hero. A lot of the stuff that happened later with the drug use and all that, that kind of sullied a lot of stuff. The drug thing really took away from Rick's legacy. And Rick never crossed over like Prince and Michael. See, that's what Prince studied Rick and saw what Rick was doing right and said, let me do what Rick is doing right, but also let me see what he's not doing. Rick ain't crossing over. So let me do some things that's going to help me cross over. So Prince was less niggerish than Rick. Rick was real niggerish. And Rick James scared white people. Major. But see, when Prince walked in the room, oh, he's soft, he's dainty. Oh, the white people can kind of feel comfortable with when Prince or Michael walked in the room. Now, when Rick walked in the room, Rick James, Rick, you don't know what you're gonna get with Rick. First, he's gonna fuck all the white women. All right, that's number one. If there's a white woman in there, Rick is gonna smash. You dig? And Rick will scream on white execs. There's a famous story. Man, Rick went up in Motown, early '80s, and remember, Motown was sold to white people. Berry Gordy did not own Motown after going into the '80s. He sold Motown by then, so Motown was white owned. It's white owned now. Just the brand Motown is still a brand name, but Motown is white owned. So there was a white exec at Motown, and Rick went in there. What he would do, Rick would go in there and hand over the master reel. He'll do an album, hand over a master reel, and then they give him a check for $1 million. So he went in there and he got upset with the white exec, and he started cursing the exec out. And Rick threw some cocaine on the desk and started snorting cocaine, and then jumped on the desk and put his crotch in the man's face and started cursing him out like, yeah, promote my records, motherfucker, and make me more money. I mean, Rick just snapped on this white exec. And when Rick left, the white exec said, hey, we're going to put all our money behind Lionel Richie. Fuck Rick James. And Rick James' career went downhill from there. Motown stopped promoting him, and Motown put all their money behind Lionel Richie. Y'all remember in the '80s when Lionel Richie blew the hell up? As Motown was like, yeah, we're going to Rick James' budget goes to Lionel Richie, and then Lionel Richie blew the hell up, and Lionel Richie was safe. Is somebody who was non-threatening. You dig? He was pop. They blew Lionel Richie ass up with Rick James's budget. You see? So, and that goes back to the Prince thing. So Prince was like, I'm not going to be that. I'm going to be the opposite of that. So I'm going to be, publicly non-threatening. I'm going to look soft. I got the makeup on, but behind closed doors, I'm smashing all of these dimes, and I'm about my paper. And the corporate structure is not going to treat me like no damn tool. That's the difference with Prince. Prince was all man. Even with heels on, that nigga carried himself like a man. And so we always respected Prince. So yeah, don't even compare Prince to some of this other goofy shit that we see going on today. Prince was a boss and carried himself like a boss at all times. And we always popped our collar to that brother. He was a legend. Yeah. Even Rick. I popped my collar to Rick. Rick went over the top with the shit. But Rick was a boss. He just went over the top. But we could respect what those brothers were doing back in the day. But let me see who we got. Um, should I get one more? Should I get one more? Because y'all gonna have me up here late. Just it's damn near 600 people in here now. It's a lot of folks in here. Let me get out here. I'm not. I'm gonna be up here all night, and my wife is over here folding clothes, looking at me like I'm messing up her Love After Lockup show. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here in a minute. Um, don't forget the new movie American Maroon is coming. Who is this person here? This is. Hold on, let me get the weather. What's up? Let's get Tay in here. Is this one of these Ethiopians? Let me see if this is one of the Ethiopians. What's up, Tay? Tay, hop on.
Hi, I'm not Ethiopian though.
Okay, well, where you from?
I'm from LA. I actually just wanted to say hi, I guess. I actually clicked, I guess, the button on accident, but happy to be here. I listened to you. Um very informative, some good knowledge.
Thank you. Now, have you seen all the movies?
All of them? No, I haven't actually.
Which ones have you seen?
Um I've seen, I can't name at the top of my head. I'm probably coming to a blank right now, but I definitely have for sure.
I mean, you would have remembered one of them. Which one did you see? You got to at least
I'm
one.
thinking. I think it's because I'm put on the spot right now. I'm probably blanking out. I have no idea why.
Ma'am, I think that you have a bowl of injera in that room
Injera.
in there. Yeah,
That's so
you got some
funny.
injera. Yes, you got smell injera. All right.
Everyone thinks I'm Ethiopian.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Because you will remember one of the movies, ma'am. Are those flies in the back? I hear. I hear flies.
Oh, wow. I'm
I,
not Ethiopian.
ma'am, I hear an accent, sweetie. I hear an accent.
Oh, I was born and
Now,
raised in LA.
I don't care where you were born and
Yeah.
raised. Where I hear an accent, ma'am.
Oh, I'm black.
Um, I- yeah, but you're not FBA, ma'am.
Oh,
I can hear your accent, sweetie, and yeah, I can hear it. You're not fooling anyone, dear. All right.
okay. I don't know what much to say that. Um, I could tell you that I am a black person, and I don't know if you're judging me off of my accent or the way I'm speaking this colonizer language of English, but I am a black person. But I do loved your movies. It was great. I just looked it up here, the American Maroon. Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, great
Yeah,
knowledge. Great to be here. Thank you so
yeah,
much for having me. I think I'm gonna go now. But thank you.
yeah, okay, right. Yeah, it was a troll. They thought she was being slick. That's a troll. American Maroon ain't even out. Oh yeah, I saw American Maroon. That's a good one. The American Maroon ain't even out. So you didn't see American Maroon. All right. You went and Googled and then Googled the wrong movie and didn't realize that the movie ain't even out. So yeah, I see you, ma'am. You thought you were being slick. Mhm. Yeah, I love your movies. Hidden Figures. I saw Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures was so good. Ma'am, stop. Stop it, ma'am. And get a fly swatter. Because you in there is lies and flies if you don't stop. Stop it, ma'am. Anywho, let me get out of here. By the way, FBA stream, you guys need to be on FBA stream so y'all can see Hidden Figures in American Cocoon. She had the movies all mixed up. I saw Hidden Floodgates in American Cocoon. She had, I had, oh, I had Butt Breaking. Okay. She had all the movies mixed up.